The 5 keys to success for fat loss and actually keeping it off. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Coach Rose Peterson. I'm a certified personal trainer, both in person and online, and a certified nutrition coach. I help moms locally in Las Vegas, Nevada, and all over the world shed the weight holding them back from becoming their most energetic and authentic version of themselves so they can go after their deepest desires alongside of motherhood. You can find me at fitandconfidentmoms.com. The first thing, and you've probably heard this before, is that you need to be in a calorie deficit to lose fat. That means that you need to be eating less than you actually burn. Every diet out there has the same component, which is a calorie deficit. If you're on keto, you're eating less. If you're on low carb, you're eating less. If you're on intermittent fasting, you're eating less. If you're just on a plain calorie deficit, you're eating less. Now the question is, are you able to stick with that long term? That is how I want you to choose what works for you. So for example, I know so many people that keto works for them and they get results, but the second they come off keto, it comes right back. So is that gonna work for you long term? If it's not, don't even waste the time, mama. Like seriously, nothing against keto, and I'm very client-centered, meaning I help choose the path that works for them. If they want to try keto, I'm like, all right, I'm open to that experiment. Let's try keto. I try to teach my clients that they can include the things that they love in their diets. So I don't want you feeling deprived. I want you to be able to schedule in those planned indulgences and still lose weight. And I show you how. And it really comes down to calorie deficit. For me personally, and for 90% of my clients, we don't cut carbs. We don't cut no ice cream or coffee or whatever like that. We make it work within their calorie deficit. As long as you're eating less calories than you burn, you will lose weight. But the key to that is tracking, because if you're sort of kind of making changes, then you're gonna get sort of kind of results. So we gotta put our scientist hat on and really either journal what we're eating or use an app to track what we're eating. That way, we have data to make decisions on, like, is this calorie deficit enough for me? Is it working? Is it not working? Another helpful thing, if you get off track with your calorie deficit, is kind of also journal how you're feeling and what happened that day. You were awesome the entire day. Some really stressful thing happened at home or at work, and maybe it happened earlier in the day. And then when you get home, you're tired and you're exhausted, and you know that you have a certain meal ready on your plan, but you choose to eat something else because you decided to treat yourself or reward yourself or something like that. It's okay. Those things happen, but it's good to have data to look at it and say, oh, I made this choice because of that stressful situation I had earlier in the day, and I felt like I needed to comfort myself. Okay, so what can I do next time that this happens? If I feel like I'm in this stressful situation, is there something else I can reward myself with instead of the whole bag of Flamin' Hot Cheetos? The reason I mention that is because that's my kryptonite, is Flamin' Hot Cheetos. All right, the next time I'm stressed out, I'm going to treat myself to 1 square of chocolate and a handful of strawberries, or my favorite tea. So that way you can strategize when you're feeling overwhelmed or you feel like you need to treat yourself. You've thought of the plan that you're gonna do to help comfort you, because emotional eating, stress eating, that is going to happen. That is a real thing. Overcoming those things will happen when you have strategies, knowing like, if this happens again, this is what I wanna do. And if it does happen again, you've got to forgive yourself quickly. Don't drone on it, because you're gonna let that guilt fester and you may not restart your goals. You're gonna be like, oh, forget it. There's Monday. I'm just gonna eat. I already screwed up my diet. And that just puts you farther in the hole. You know, you might think that you were to start again on Monday. Chances are you might not start again till next month or next week, next month, next year. And I don't want that to happen. So if you ever find yourself off track or an emotional eating situation, you've got to forgive yourself right away and come up with a plan of action the next time you feel that way. And that's a big portion of what I help my clients with. And if you watch this to the end, I know that making changes to your fitness and nutrition is really important to you. And as an active mom of 3, I also understand how hard it is to do it on your own without support. And that's why I would love for you to join our free community at fitandconfidentmoms.com. There's a whole group of women and busy moms just like you waiting to support you and root for you. So if you join, make sure you say hi and share with us your journey. I'm rooting for you always. Bye-bye.